Hello viewers, welcome to my channel History Hub. Today we will know about the history of Canada, part 3. As part of the terms of the Treaty of Paris 1763 and signed after the defeat of New France in the Seven Years' War, France renounced its claims and territory in mainland North America, accepted and fishing and freights and Newfoundland, and to the small and island of St. Empress and Macquarie, to where its fishermen could try their fish, and Francis and already secretly and transferred its wasted Louisiana and territory to Spain under the Treaty of Fontainebleau 1762, in which King Louis, except of France, had given his cousin King Charles I will of Spain their entire area of the Dunes basin of the Mississippi River, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico, and from the Appalachians Mountains to the Rocky and Mountains, and Francis to Spain, and kept to the treaty and Fontainebleau a secret from the other countries until 1764, and Britain retained the France its most important sugar and product colony, and Godefland with the Francis considered some and valuable turn and Canada, and gradually people and product with the sugar with France and the British on island and combined of violated of a nationality damaged. Canada is equipped and present with the navies, a few British, few actors, snow, and following the Treaty of Paris and King George's, I will used to the royal and proclamations of the 1763. The proclamations of organized and Great and Britain new and North American empires, and established and relations and between the British and Crown of Aboriginal peoples, and formally recognize no, Aboriginal title, and regulated trade and settlement, and land, and purchased one western and food frontier in the former Francis and territory. The new British and rules for Canadian first abolished and then later and reunited most of property and religious and political and social culture of the Francis-speaking inhabitants, and guaranteeing the right of the Canadians and practice to the Catholic faith to and the use and Francis civil law, and no Quebec civil code, and through the Quebec Act of the 1774. During the American Revolution, there was some and sympathy for the American causes among the of Acadians and the New Englanders of in society, and Hitler and party joined the rebels, and although and several hundred with the individuals joined and revolutionary cause, and in revolution of Quebec by the Continental Army in 1775 with the goal to Quebec from British and control with was held the battle of Quebec by Gay and Charlton, and with the assistance of local militias. The defeat to the British Army and showing the Sages and Yorkhan in October 1781, and signed called and with the Britons and struck all with the surprise of American Revolution. When the British and abdicated new work in the city 1783, took many and loyalists and reforms gets to Nova and society to well about loyalists and went to the south train and Quebec. So many loyalists arrived the resource and so stored and state John River that spaded and colony, the Newark and Brunswick was created in 1784, followed in 1791 by the division of Quebec into the largely and Francis-speaking Lower and Canadian Francis of Canada along the strait. Lawrence River and the Grapes and Peninsula and the Anglophone and Loyalist Upper Canada, with the capital and settled by the 1796 in Wark, present the Toronto. After the 1790 and most to the settlers and were the Americans farmer and searching for the new lands and although and generally forward to the republications, they were the relatively non-political and the state fate and natural in the war of 1812. In 1785, St. John and New Brunswick and became the incompatible city in the what and would be became the Canada. The signed for Treaty of Paris in 1783 formally ended the war and retained the mage of survival and connections to the Americans to the expense for the North Americans and colonies, notably to the borders and between the Canada and the United States, were officially democrated, while the south of Great Lakes, which the formerly a part of the province and Quebec, included and modern Michigan and Illinois and Ohio, was handed to the Americans. Fishing rights and were also granted to the United States in the Gulf of State, Lawrence to the Strait on Coast and Newfoundland and the Grand Banks. The British and ignorant a part of the maintained to the military opportunity Great and Lakes and India to the sufficiently and continued by safely and native the with and mountains, the hills and educated supported with the treaty British and treaty of 1795, but continued supply and mountains related to the Americans. And in the run-up the war of 1812, Canadian historian heavy to the mixed and views long to the impact and Americans Revolution. Ortho and lower in 1950 provide the long and standard and historical interpretation of the English Canadian results. We are the countries and revolutionary and English Canadian interred by benefits to the benefiters of the revolutions. English Canada started its life with the powerful of nostalgic soup and backward into the past and concept have given the Francis Canada to little peoples and official devoted and counter and revolution to lost and cause to a tragedy and as well a society of men and masters and not to the self and reflight and freedom and along the time and them and recently Mitchell and judgment was a Canadian in needed of and Republican and liberty as a example defeat by to the United States and Francis, however, safe and find the different and for the four agents British. After the 1837, two schools and modern liberty, that of liberty and purchased not one the virtues of citizens, but protecting their rights and form and infringement by the state. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like and share. Subscribe my channel for upcoming videos. Goodbye.